My wife mentioned she was off for a night out with her friends. It seemed routine, so I didn't think much of it, until I checked Snapchat. A clip from her best friend showed her sitting on a stranger's lap, laughing like it was no big deal. I didn't linger on it. I just typed, "Enjoying your girl's night?" Soon after, my phone lit up with her call, her voice shaky with tears, claiming it was only a playful stunt. I gave a short, bitter chuckle and said, "Here's a game for you. Find a new place to crash." The thing is, I wasn't even looking for trouble. I hadn't been snooping through her messages or acting paranoid. But when my phone chimed that night, I glanced at the notification, and my stomach sank. It was a Snapchat from her closest friend, Mia, showing a video of my wife settled on some guy's lap, giggling like a teenager. She'd sworn it was just a quiet night with Mia. Said it with such certainty that I had no cause to question her. Why would I? We'd been married for years. I never thought she'd have the audacity to do something like this. But there she was on display for everyone, pressed against a stranger's chest, his hands on her waist, acting like I didn't matter. I could have called her right then, could have yelled, demanded an explanation. But what would that solve? Instead, I sent 3 sharp words. "Fun girls' night." Then I locked my phone, leaned back, and waited. I knew what was coming next. The video disappeared within minutes, and my phone started buzzing relentlessly. She called over and over. I let it ring, let her drown in her own anxiety. After her 4th attempt, I picked up. Her voice was already cracking. "Liam, please let me explain," she begged. I cut her off with a dry laugh. "Here's your challenge. Find somewhere else to sleep." Then I hung up, blocked her number, and just like that, it was over. She was a pro at weaving tales, always turning things around to make herself the victim, framing every mistake as someone else's fault. I'd watched her pull that trick on others, but I never imagined she'd use it on me. As her name flashed on my screen, I saw her strategy. She wasn't calling to confess. She was calling to rewrite the narrative. I let her call 6 times before answering. By then she was falling apart. "Liam, you have to listen to me," she stammered. I stayed quiet, letting the silence stretch. "It's not what you think," she stumbled. I almost laughed. "Really? Because it sure looked like you were cozy on some guy's lap." Her words tumbled out in a rush. "It was just a stupid dare, a prank," she insisted. I sighed. "Do you think I'm an idiot, Lisa?" Silence. Then she changed her approach. "Liam, you're blowing this out of proportion. I didn't even kiss him." I leaned back in my chair. "So now you're admitting it happened? A moment ago, it wasn't what it seemed. Now it happened, but it meant nothing?" She went quiet, realizing her slip. "Liam, please, I love you. I'd never betray you." I let out a hollow chuckle. "Lisa, you don't get it. I'm not mad. I'm just done." She tried one last move, guilt. "You're really going to throw away 4 years over a dumb game?" I shook my head. "No, Lisa. You threw away 4 years for a dumb game." Her sobs grew louder, but I was through. "Your stuff will be outside in an hour. Don't call again." I ended the call, blocked her, and a strange peace settled over me. She thought tears and manipulation would win me over, that I'd feel bad for her. But I wasn't yelling or begging for answers. I was simply finished. And that's what rattled her most. I wasn't raging or fighting. I was just done with her. Now, I'd make sure she felt the same helplessness, the same powerlessness I had. She still thought of our place as her home, so I made sure it felt anything but. Her keys still worked on the front door, but the bedroom was locked tight. The Wi-Fi password was changed. Her belongings were packed neatly in trash bags by the door. The fridge was empty except for a single note taped inside. "You're not welcome anymore." She was about to face the most disorienting night of her life. I didn't stick around to see her reaction. I knew she'd come home expecting a screaming match, hoping to cry her way back into my good graces. Instead, she walked into an empty void. No argument, no confrontation, just a cold silence because there was nothing left to fight for. An hour later, the texts began. "Liam, what's going on?" Then another. "Where's my stuff? Why's the bedroom locked?" I didn't respond. 5 minutes later, a call. I ignored it. Another message. "Please talk to me. I don't know what to do." That's when I knew she finally understood. She wasn't in control anymore. The texts kept coming, each one more desperate. I know I messed up, but this is too much. I have nowhere to go. You can't do this to me. Liam, please. She was pleading now, the same woman who'd dismissed it as a joke, now frantic for a second chance. I finally replied. Hope that dare was worth it. Then I blocked her again. Just like that, she was gone from my life for good. She was always the type to recover quickly, charming her way out of trouble, convincing people to feel sorry for her just enough to give her another chance. But this time, no one was coming to save her. And I made sure of it. After blocking her, I imagined her scrambling. She probably called her friends first, expecting someone to offer their couch. She thought she'd have a backup plan, but reality hit hard. Turns out, people aren't eager to take in someone who crosses boundaries. Mia, the one who shared the video, was the first to turn her away. When Lisa showed up at her door, tears streaming, begging for a place to stay, Mia shut it in her face. I'm not getting involved, she said. Harsh. Her other friends, the ones who'd cheered her on during that girls' night, were suddenly unavailable. None of them wanted the drama. She was truly on her own. Her last option was her parents. She had to drag herself back to their house, spinning a tale about a fight with me, conveniently skipping the part about her betrayal. But here's the thing they already knew. I hadn't said much, just sent a brief message to her mom. Hey, Lisa might come to you for help. Ask her why she lost her home, before you let her in. That was enough. By the time she reached their doorstep, her parents were prepared, and they were livid. Days later, one final message slipped through. I know I deserve this, but I really did love you. I stared at it for a long moment, then deleted it. I was done. She always thought she'd bounce back, that she'd figure something out. But this time every plan fell apart. She thought she'd get her own place. Simple enough, right? Wrong. She was still working part-time, and back when we were together, I'd been the one covering most of the bills. She always said she'd go full-time someday. Well, someday arrived too late. Her job barely covered essentials, let alone rent. So there she was, crashing on a friend's couch, trying not to wear out her welcome. A week later, she tried reaching out again, not to take responsibility, but to see if she could worm her way back. A short, cautious text. Hey, can we meet and talk? I didn't reply. Then another. Not to get back together, just to clear things up. I looked at it for a moment, then deleted it. There was nothing left to discuss. She wanted closure. I wanted her to live with the mess she'd made. Her greatest fear wasn't being alone. It was seeing me move on without her. And that's exactly what happened. I wasn't trying to be cruel or flaunt it. But one day, while I was out with friends, I saw her. Or rather, she saw me. The way she froze told me she'd been dreading this moment. She looked drained, worn out, like sleep had been avoiding her. Meanwhile, I was thriving. New haircut, new gym routine. A life that no longer revolved around her. She saw it, and I saw her realize it. In that moment, I knew she regretted everything. I walked past her without a word, because the best way to move forward is to live a life where she no longer has a place.